Imagine this. The Spanish royal family, steeped in centuries of tradition, celebrated at home as the symbol of national unity. The crown princess, Leonor, expected to remain within the safe walls of Spain's royal palaces, carefully shielded from the outside world. And yet, against all expectation, she appears in Denmark, stepping gracefully onto foreign soil. The cheers erupt not just from Danish admirers, but from stunned Spanish royal fans who cannot believe what they are seeing. But here's the real story. Her arrival isn't just a royal visit. It's a sign, a message, and perhaps even a silent declaration of what lies ahead for the future Queen of Spain. Why Denmark? Why now? And what does this mean for the balance of power within Europe's royal families? Let's unravel this moment together. From the very first step Leonor took onto Danish ground, everything felt different. There was an elegance, a confidence, and a maturity in her presence. Observers whispered that she looked not only like a crown princess, but already like a queen in her own right. Cameras flashed, flags waved, and for a moment, the borders between Denmark and Spain seemed to dissolve into one single celebration of royalty. Yet behind the applause, there is always another layer. Spain's monarchy, long watched with curiosity and at times controversy, has placed Leonor at the heart of its survival. Every gesture she makes, every visit she embarks on, becomes a symbol not just of her personal growth, but of Spain's hopes for continuity. So why Denmark? To understand, we need to step back into the web of European dynasties. Denmark's royal family, beloved for their warmth and relatability, represents a model of monarchy that connects deeply with the public. Princess Leonor's arrival was not merely diplomatic, it was symbolic. It suggested a bridge being built between two royal houses, and perhaps a quiet signal of how Leonor herself wishes to shape her reign. But the reactions at home in Spain, they tell an even more gripping story. Spanish fans flooded social media with awe and admiration, their surprise laced with pride. Many had expected Leonor to continue her studies quietly, shielded from the international stage. Instead, here she was, taking bold steps into Europe's royal network, capturing the world's attention in ways no one could have predicted. Yet admiration was mixed with whispers. Was this just a royal visit, or a glimpse into her personal life? Could Denmark hold connections more intimate than official protocol? History reminds us that royal unions often begin with visits like these. The question of whether Leonor's presence in Denmark carries personal undertones only deepens the intrigue. We must remember, Leonor has recently taken her oath to the Spanish Constitution. She has promised loyalty to Spain, and her people look to her with renewed trust. But each foreign visit carries weight. To stand alongside the Danish royals is to send a subtle message. She is not only Spain's princess, she is a European princess. A future queen who will not reign in isolation, but in partnership with a continent that still cherishes monarchy. As she stood beside Crown Prince Frederik and Princess Mary, one could not miss the harmony in their gestures. The Danish royals welcomed Leonor with warmth, treating her not as a guest, but as a kindred spirit. For Spain's supporters, this moment was emotional, a daughter of their nation stepping proudly into her role on the world stage, embraced by another royal family. But how did Leonor herself feel? That is where the story becomes most personal. Witnesses described her smile, her calm poise, her subtle gestures of gratitude. Unlike the shy teenager Spain once knew, here stood a young woman radiating confidence. It was as though her time at military academy had forged not just discipline, but strength. She was not merely visiting Denmark, she was showing Spain that she was ready. Ready to represent, ready to lead, ready to inspire. The tension, however, lingers. For Queen Letizia, who has carefully protected her daughter's image for years, Leonor's growing independence is both a triumph and a test. Every journey abroad raises questions. How much freedom can Leonor claim, and how much control will the Spanish crown retain? These family dynamics add another layer to the spectacle, reminding us that behind every royal curtain lies both pride and pressure. And what of the Spanish people? For many, Leonor's presence in Denmark ignited a fresh wave of loyalty to the monarchy. In an age where Republicans question its relevance, seeing their princess welcomed abroad, shining with dignity, reassures them. She is not just a symbol, she is living proof that the monarchy can evolve, connect, and thrive. Yet curiosity lingers. Was Denmark just the beginning? Will we see her next in Norway, in Sweden, in the United Kingdom? Each royal encounter opens new doors, new alliances, and new possibilities. Spain's fans are left asking not just what happened in Denmark, but what will happen next. Let us not forget the emotional weight of this moment. Princess Leonor, barely out of adolescence, carries the hopes of an entire nation. To see her walking confidently in Denmark is to witness the transformation of a girl into a queen in waiting. It is to feel the passage of time, the continuation of history, the thread that ties centuries of Spanish monarchy to its uncertain but hopeful future. Her arrival stunned fans, yes, but it also reassured them. Spain's monarchy is not fading. It is not retreating. It is stepping boldly into the international spotlight, led by a young woman whose presence inspires both admiration and trust. And so we are left with the ultimate question: if Princess Leonor's arrival in Denmark can captivate the world so completely, what will her future reign bring? Will she, like Denmark's royals, bridge tradition and modernity? Will she become not just the Queen of Spain, but a beacon of unity across Europe? For now, we can only watch. But one thing is certain: Leonor's journey has only just begun. Denmark was not an ending, nor even a chapter. It was the prologue to a story that promises to define the future of monarchy in Spain, and perhaps the very spirit of European royalty itself.